Alright guys, welcome back. It's JDawgs here, and we are back here for another episode of Minecraft on the Spiritcraft Vanilla server. And I've got a few things to talk to you guys about before we start work today. First things first, I want to show you my frames. And so we are back playing with OBS and recording with it. You can see my frames around here are between 15 to 18. But you can quickly see it's because of what I have around me, because if I go over this way you can quickly watch my frames go from about the teens to the mid-20s. And so I figure it tops out at about 25 or so when I get over this way. And so it's all about what we're around and what we're looking at. Because if I'm looking this way, mind you, I am on 1.7.10. I'm not on the new 1.8 yet. Because we have not updated the server. Whoops. Okay. But if I look back this way, you can quickly see our frames drop back down to the mid-teens. And so it's definitely, one, because I don't have a great video card, but two, because of what we're around is why we tend to get a little bit of lag when we're over this way. So I wanted to touch on that. And a few things I wanted to know about OBS. It records a really good file size, and I plan on doing a video of what my settings are and how I've set things up in my OBS. But one of the things I want to say is if you're using the same setup as I'm using, which is OBS to record currently and Camtasia to edit, you may have some problems, because whenever I go to put one of the recordings into Camtasia, it'll give me one of two errors. It'll either just put the audio itself in and no video, which of course we can't have, or it will give me an error saying it's not a supported file type, which I don't know why it does that. But I did find a fix. So if you're in the same situation as I am, here's a fix for you. If you go download a program called Handbrake, and then just drag and drop the file in there, or you can open it from the program itself, you can have that program reformat, I guess you would say, the file, and it turns it into a proper MP4 file type, which is what Camtasia uses. It is a secondary way of having to deal with something, but it's a fix for what I'm doing. So I may either stick with Camtasia. I've also been looking into some other ones that do video editing, and I might move away from Camtasia, because I'd like to do where I do a little bit fancier stuff for you guys, but right now Camtasia doesn't have a lot to choose from. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. So if you're not using Camtasia, OBS does seem to work well with most other programs as far as the file type and everything else, but just know that that could be something you run into, and if it is, just use Handbrake, and it's a free program again, and you can download it and be able to, it's almost nighttime, I'm going to sleep here quick, you can use it to fix the problem of not being able to put the file into Camtasia. And it's fairly quick, it doesn't take too long. I was messing around with it last night, and I did like I think it was about a 5-minute video that I just shot really quick derping around, and then I was able to convert it within about 2-3 minutes. So it takes roughly about half as long as the video file length. So say if you have a half-hour video, it might take 15 minutes to convert it, and then of course you'll have to render it separately and everything. So it is another step to everything, but I end up having to render everything twice anyways most of the time with Camtasia, which is another reason I'm thinking of moving away from it. That, and because it doesn't have a lot of editing tools that come with it. So that's something that I'm looking into. Anyways, we're going to get on to doing some work. So I want to show you guys what I ended up doing and something else that's going on here. So first things first, we're going to start on this side. I went ahead and put the ceiling in. I decided to go with cobble stairs and smooth stone half slabs. I think it came out neat. I kind of wanted that same indentation, but it didn't quite work out because it was giving me a lot of dark areas through here. So I actually raised it up by one, put these on the lower half, and put these straight on top of the block. So I only dug out this here, and then I just put a slab on top of this. So that's what that is. And it came out looking kind of neat. It gives us some depth on the top, and it still goes with what I decided, which is this design. I know we had a different design last time, Since we have an odd number we're working with, I needed to have an odd number here. So before we had 4 blocks that was in between, I decided to go ahead and stay with 3. And I went for some depth this time. And I hope you guys like the way that it came out. Basically, it's 6 blocks of dark oak planks in the back. A stair here, 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 and here. And then just whole cobble blocks in the corners. And then I did the dark oak stairs here, 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 and here. So that came out pretty good. And then on the top I did the cobble so it matched there. And then on the bottom I did the plank so it matched coming up to this way. So that's what we ended up with that. And I took it all the way around. I have dug out a stair from a couple of these because I want to show you guys something that we're going to be working with. Here I just did, you know, to make it match with a stair on top and a stair on bottom, and then planks in the middle. Same thing with this one. I dug this out a little bit more, and of course we took the ceiling across and all the way down through here. The only spot I ended up with a dark spot was there, and I believe there was 2 here, yeah, because of how that worked out, because this is a little different from that side. So those are the only spots I ended up with dark spots. And if I did, what is it, if I did the shaders or whatever, you could see, or what is it, smooth lighting, yeah. So if I turned it up to max just for a second here, you would see that it goes away, but then our frames are going to drop immensely probably. How the heck am I getting more frames with shaders on? What the heck? Really? Hold on. I'm going to test this out. We're going to go over here. Okay, they still drop going this way, but I was getting mid to low teens here. Okay, and that gives it a better look too, in my opinion. I like it with the shaders on. Huh. Okay, well, we'll leave it like that the rest of the video and see how it goes, maybe? I don't know. That's kind of weird that we turned it on and we actually gained frames. Huh. Okay, well, I'll leave it for now. It makes for better video quality, I guess. Did we turn the brightness back up, though? We do need to have that. Yeah, okay. But I'll go ahead and leave smooth lighting on, because that seemed to give us some extra frames. I'm not sure why, but it did. So, anyways, you guys will see tomorrow what this is from. I went ahead and took everything down so I don't give any spoilers away, but yeah. In tomorrow's video, you'll see what was in here and why this is already dug out. But yeah, I went ahead and took the pattern all the way around, and what I think we're going to do is, my idea is to make these into like little rooms. So where I've carved them out, or where I've taken a stair out, is where I plan on putting the different rooms. So one here, and they can be, you know, cornered from each other because I think that'll look fine. We'll have one here that actually goes right next to this one, and I'm thinking about actually connecting these two, or I'll have this one go in and to the left, and then have this one come in and go to the right. So I might do that also. And then we're going to have one there, and then I don't think we're going to put any over here, only because the other side really isn't long enough to have any, so I don't think I really want to put any on this side. And I want to leave plenty of room toward the center for what I plan on doing in here, which I haven't completely worked out yet, but I do know I want to do, like, basically, I've got a thought of it, but I don't know what I want to do for it. So you guys might even be able to help me out. Basically, I want this to look like an indoor, like, park almost, with like little bushes and hedges and flowers and like a little pond in the middle, maybe some seats on the outside edges here where people could sit down, and it's just like a little, you know, like hotels tend to have. They don't have actually grass on the floor, but they'll have like an indoor type seating area that's just got like a little garden feel to it. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know, feel free to give me some suggestions for that. So, anyways, on to this here. We're going to do a little bit of carving out real quick. And like I said, you know, that piece over there that's already taken out will be explained tomorrow when that comes around. But I do need to go over here because this, let's see. Actually, no, that's supposed to be 3 high, so we're fine there. And then here, I'm going to go ahead and take this out, and I think I'm going to replace it back with cobble for now, just to keep that with that pattern, since this one has cobble. And I'm going to take this out, and I think we're going to come about that far over, because remember, we do still have this to deal with. We could work that into our walls possibly, and since this is this piece, we could actually just take that out and put in a plank, and so that could be actually part of our, part of the outside wall and part of the inside wall, so that wouldn't be too bad. But I want to make these like little hotel rooms almost, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not the greatest at interior decorating or designing or whatever you would call it, so I may have somebody come over here and help me out with it. Let's go ahead and put some light back so we're not totally dark here. Yeah, but I'd like to maybe extend this over, and then probably over here is going to be the hardest one. Let's see how far back we can go on this one probably, because this is going to be the hardest one to keep away from going outside. So, oh, that's outside right there. And 3 high. So that's the outside. Okay, so we can't go any further than right there. Whoops, did I just lose my blocks? Yes, give me my blocks, thank you. So actually, on the lower half it doesn't end until here, but on the upper half it ends there, so that's where we're going to have to stop with. Which isn't too big, so we may actually have to go a little wider with this one. And I don't plan on making every room the same shape. I want each room to be unique in its own, and so maybe this one will go this way some, but then we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna run into that. Wow, that's gonna be a really narrow room because it's like 3 blocks wide. We could go this way. And like I said, some of the reasons I've been doing this stuff is so you guys can kind of see my ideas for designs and different things. So we're going to have grass there. So we want to be careful as to how close we get. And see, we can't have dirt for a wall, so we'll have to have a wall in here. This one may have to go this way. And then this one could go back a little bit and then go that way. Because we'll have this and this, but see, this one's supposed to go that way too. Not unless we make this one be like a double entrance room where there's a door here and a door here, and they just wrap this direction. So we might do that also. Because we could go this way more, but then we're going to be digging into this part, and I think that's going to mess us up. Yeah. And ultimately, we could have this as our wall, but then, again, this is going to be in the way. So we'll probably have our wall go right on this line, 1 block in from there. So 1 block in from here, it would be here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this one's probably going to have to go deeper also. Yeah, they're definitely going to be awkward shapes, I think. And we're not picking up blocks, are we? Because we got these doors. I put some doors in my inventory so that we could try out what it's going to look like with doors here, because I don't know if this is going to work quite too well. See, for them to be hotel rooms, they're supposed to have some kind of door, but that doesn't look right. Not in any way. We could flip these around, but then we're going to have more problems with the blocks behind this. Okay, let's take these doors and go put them up real quick, just so we're not dealing with them, and we can figure out something to do with them later. Alright, so let's pop these over here in our little already crafted stuff. 2, 3. Okay, so now we can pick up blocks. But I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and get some work done. I want to get these carved out right and show you guys how I want to start doing some work in them. So I'm going to go ahead and get them carved out, and I will come back to you guys and show you the next little bit. So I will be right back. Okay guys, we are back, and I've got it all dug out, and I want to show you guys what I've done. And I know right before the video ended I said I don't want all the rooms to be the same size. Well, they kind of turned out all to be the same size. But I have an idea to fix that, to where they don't all look the same and they're not all the same size. Working with some of this, I found out coming this direction also, I ended up coming out this side. So I had to do a little bit of terraforming here, which, minus the gap that you're seeing there, I think I did a pretty decent job. It doesn't look too much like it's been stair-stepped, and I think I did pretty decent, you know, keeping it natural looking. And then the other side, and we'll look at this middle part here in a second, but this other side I also had to do some terraforming because to widen it up a little bit, I got us a little bit more space. So now we have, we still have the 3 blocks as a middle, but now the wall won't come here. It'll actually come along through here so that we can have, it'll basically be like a narrow, long room that we can maybe like put a little bit on this side and a little bit on this side. But if I go any further this way, you can see that it actually starts running into the corner of where this one would be. And yeah, I'll talk about this in a second. But we might be able to get away with maybe going a little further this way because the actual wall is going to be right there for this room. So I could actually continue to go this way, and this would still be the wall for this room, and expand it some more. So that's how we're going to maybe get some different shapes, is going that way a little bit, and then maybe like through the center here we could actually push back some, and I believe the grass doesn't start till there. Yeah, so there are parts where we could push back a little bit and maybe like have indentions and different parts that make it look different. And so now for this part, I know this looks like one long hallway, I know. But basically what I've done is we can go as far as we want this way. Well, not as far as we want, but still more, a further distance, mainly because you can see this goes pretty far back this way. So we can go like to here. So that's, you know, that's more than the 6 blocks we've gone so far. I haven't checked yet exactly how far we could go, but we could definitely go further back in this one, which is going to make this a nice wide room, plus it'll be really long. Where the wall will start here is for this room, the wall will start here, and for this room, the wall will start here. So we actually have, they'll have their own walls, but they'll be back to back. And I might actually be able to use that to my advantage, to where we can use like part of one wall as the backdrop to maybe this wall or something like that. Or vice versa, you know, we could do it from this side. And then we're going to have this room that will come in and around and over this way. So this is going to be one big room with two doorways. And again, we can extend it as far as we want to this way. So we could actually thin this out and put a wall here, just like one separator wall that's the same design on both sides. And maybe even have where you come in a little ways and then there's a doorway that actually comes over to this side and goes over. Or it could be one of those connected rooms that some hotels have where there's a door there, but it's possible to get back and forth and things like that. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but yeah, one of those. And then over here we have the same situation where there's going to be a wall here, a wall here. This will be the wall for that room, and this will be the wall for this room. And we ran into the same situation again, but this is how we're going to go different. With this one, we can go this direction more, and we can't go this direction because the grass is there, but we can go this direction more, and again, we can go that direction. But if we don't want to make it the same as that one down there, then we won't go this direction, and we'll go this direction a little bit more. So that's a way we can get around some things, and I might even be able to go this way and then go over that way a little bit. I'm not sure, because this actually, if you look, we'll take a peek out here real quick. If you look, the wall actually comes out this way, so we could get all the way out to, like, you know, around here and still not have to worry too much, except for the one block right there. So we could come all the way up to the back of that waterfall and still be okay. That's how we're going to get some different shapes, and I'm going to mess around with that a little bit and get these shaped out really good. And while we're doing work, we can still dig and go different directions. But I wanted to show you guys how we can do that. And so if we don't go that direction with this room, then this room can actually go that direction, and just bypass that corner wall, because again the wall will stop here for that room, and so we can continue going this way and our wall would continue to cut that off, and we can take it out, you know, as far as this goes, or possibly even further, because this part over here sticks out too. So that'll be something where we can work with that, and then again we can go this way as far as we want. So this room could actually be a very large, like, suite if we wanted it to be. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of work now, and then we're going to pick back up on the next episode. But first things first, we have this oak that we've been working with out here, and so I think that's going to be what we work with on the inside as well. So that pillar right there, I'm actually going to bring those pillars just right on the inside as well. And I don't have too much oak left, so I'm going to have to collect some between now and the next episode also. But it looks like we can just kind of have that on the inside. And I don't want to make the design exactly the same on all these, but on the same note, I want them to match. So they're going to be similar, as in, you know, probably the same blocks used, but they're going to be different because they're going to have like different designs and things of that sort. So I want to use the same blocks but do different designs, if that makes any sense. Let's go get this end. Did we get here? Yeah, we got here. Okay, so we just have, and we're going to run just a couple short, it looks like. 1, 2, 1. Yep. So we need 2 more, and I don't even think we have literally, well, we might have like 2 blocks just to fill that in, so we can call it complete. None there. We'll just take 2 of these. Okay. And yes, I'm one of those people, I put lines of stuff so it all goes nice and neat. Okay, so there's 1 there and 1 there. So that's how we're going to have all these doorways when they come in. And I think I've decided, as far as an actual door, I do want doors on these. So we're going to have to figure out how these are going to go, because these, I'd like to keep them, but I don't think they're going to work. I don't think we're going to be able to keep these, because again, when we put those doors on, it left gaps on the sides, and I didn't like that. The only thing that I can think of to keep, because I also wanted to kind of keep this shape, but have it be its own too, if that makes any sense. Let's start on the inside of this one. We'll do a little bit of stuff here. So let's see. I think I'm going to do, out here we have cobble, and we have that, the dark wood. So we're going to do that cobble and dark wood, but I want to keep it in its own some sort. Now that's going to actually be blocked off, so let's put cobble there and there, because we're not going to go that direction, because that other one on that side is going to go that direction. So we're actually going to go this direction. So maybe something like that, and then just bring that through there. I don't know. I was going to say that it feels too bulky, but maybe not. Now, to give it a different design instead of like it is outside, we could flip these around and still put stuff in the ceilings around them, because we will have spots where they're looking weird, but kind of like this. Let's see how this looks. So we could put stuff along through the bottom here. Now, that feels too bulky. Okay, so let's take that out. I think we're going to keep this one with the same or similar design as the hallways are. But again, this isn't sunk in quite as much, so it will look different. And then I just thought... Oh, wait a minute, I have an idea. Hold on. See, I get that whole, you know, I've got to take a step back, take a look, and see what things look like. I do have an idea for this before we keep going. Tell me what you guys think of this. And I'm going to go ahead and carve this out and show it to you guys, and then that's probably going to be the end of the episode. But I want to get your thought process, and if you have any suggestions, I am open to any suggestions, of course. But I'm thinking that, flip those again like this. And then maybe do something like this. I don't like the fact that these connect, though. I want that to be just like a stick that points straight up, almost. And then the wall, when it comes through behind it, will actually be different, too. Now, could we go like this? And then maybe one in the middle? I don't know. Because then, if we have cobble up here, that almost means that we have to have cobble along through here. And, yeah. That's not making the dirt sound, so that means that's grass up above that. Okay, I don't know how that's going to work. We're going to have to figure things out. But maybe I'll do a little bit of messing around and show you guys next time and see what you think of what we've gotten done. Also, be sure to let me know what you guys are thinking of the Camtasia, or not Camtasia, but of the OBS recordings. Are they better now? Especially since somehow I've figured out that putting on shaders makes it actually better. Let's see if frames are still there real quick. Yeah, still in the 20s. What do we get to if we go out in the field over here? Just out of curiosity, and then we'll wrap up the episode. So as we get out here, it used to be mid-20s. We still get roughly mid-20s. It's kind of dark, so it may be down a little because of mob spawns or something. But I mean, that keeps the frames a little more fluctuating, or a little less fluctuating. Now, it does look like it's starting to go down, but it doesn't seem to be going much lower. I thought it would drop a lot lower, and it doesn't seem to be. Okay, well, you guys can let me know what you think on that. And, of course, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like on the video. It does help me out all the time. And if you have any comments, suggestions, criticism, you can leave them down in the section down below. And, of course, as always, if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe, guys. I put out new videos every day of the week, and I stream at least once a week on Saturdays and randomly throughout the week when I feel like streaming. So, alright guys, I will see you guys next time for another episode of Minecraft here on the Spiritcraft server. Take it easy. Peace out.